And we're live. I'm here with Jimi Manuwa. Jimmy, thank you for joining me while you're quarantining.
How you doing, Katie? You good?
Really good, thank you. Really good to see you. And I had to jump on when I saw you comment on Twitter last night and say that you're stuck quarantining for Cage Warriors 119 and bored. I was hoping that I could get a little chat with you.
Yeah. Breaking up the day nicely.
So you're there because you're cornering Will Curry.
Yeah.
As I said to you, Will's someone that I've been watching since his amateur days when he fought on Rock. He's been an amazing prospect and he's 4-0 as a pro now, making his Cage Warriors debut. What can we expect from him in this fight?
Hey, Will's such a well-rounded fighter, and that he's good on his feet, good on the floor, good in the clinch, and everything. So it really depends on his opponent, how he reacts, and that. So we're ready for anything that comes. So be it on the feet or on the floor, on the ground.
Prediction for the fight?
We're going for a stoppage. We always go for a stoppage and that, and entertain the crowd and the fans and that.
And as I said, it's the first one on his Cage Warriors contract, but I've always said the sky's the limit for this guy. Where do you see his potential and his career ending up?
Mate, we're just working every day towards being the best in the world, and that me and him. So, he, mate, it's like you said, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit, but we're taking it one fight at a time as well. We're not rushing anything, and we'll just take it one fight at a time.
The thing that's always struck me about him is his obsession to be the best and to try and be the complete martial artist.
Yeah. Mate, it's just the love of the sport and training every day, man, towards it. Not anyone, but you got to have the right people around you and the right team to direct you, and that's what we're working towards.
These kids are scary as well, like getting into MMA as a sport at such a young age. We're really going to see. It used to be that people came from one discipline and then moved over into MMA later in their career. But we've got these kids that have been training from such a young age. It's scary to me how good they're going to be. And Will's definitely one of them.
Definitely. He came to me. He's 22 now. He came to me when he first came to my gym when he was like 16 years old, and he's just soaking. He's just like a sponge, soaking up everything, and going here, there, and everywhere to train and just learn new skills and learn his craft.
Yeah.
Because a lot of fighters try and be like other fighters and that, but I think the trick of it is to create your own style and use other people's techniques and skills and everything to create your own style, and that's what he's done.
Definitely, and I definitely think he is developing his own style, and I can't wait to see more of it on Saturday.
Yeah, same. Looking forward to it, man.
I wanted to talk a bit about you because you keep teasing us with a comeback, and I saw you say to somebody at the weekend, I think it was, you'll know when you're ready. He was saying, you've been talking about it for ages, so are we any closer?
You know what? I'm not talking about it or teasing anything. I'll just say what's on my mind sometimes, And
it feels like teasing to us, Jimmy.
You know what I'm saying? And we're it's the competition in my blood. I'm a fighter and everything, and that's what got me into fighting in the first place, thinking that I can do it, and watching these fighters on the UFC and stuff, and saying, you know what, I want to get to the UFC and I want to fight, and it's my thing, sort of thing. Do you get me? So now it's the same thing. It's the same thing what runs in my blood, where I see a light heavyweight on a UFC card, and I think my body starts twitching and everything, and I want to get in there and that, So it's not teasing. I'm not trying to tease anyone. I just say what's on my mind,
I think so many people do come out of MMA retirements that buzz and that kind of urge to compete must be so strong.
Very, very, very. And I think no one, unless you're a fighter, no one will fully understand it, sort of thing, you know. And that's it, man. Like I said, it's what got me into the sport in the first place. And I'm professional enough, and I know when I'm done and I'm not. And
So we're
I don't want
definitely
to see,
going to
and I
see you
don't want
back
to see,
then.
and I don't want to see my talent go to waste. When I'm hitting the pads and when I'm running and everything, my body feels in tip top shape, and I just don't want to fucking. I just don't want it to go to waste, you know. I want to
Yeah.
showcase my skills.
Do you feel like you left the game too early, or do you feel like you needed this break to then come back again?
I think I needed a break. I think I definitely needed a break. And with my last fight, I was a sore loser because losing to someone that you know that you can beat, sort of thing, is a hard pill to swallow. And I know I can beat these guys and everything. It was just putting it together on the night and everything. But there's loads of stuff what contributed to me losing them fights and stuff like that. But
What do you put it down to?
sitting back and analysing my career and everything, I did a lot of things wrong in the last bit of it, and you know, I've had time to sit back and analyse and visualise and what I want to do and what I have done and that, and you know, make my decision.
What do you think those mistakes were then?
Just going off of my natural abilities and not enhancing them, sort of thing, and just thinking, oh, I can fight, know how to fight, I know how to fight, just get fit for the fight, do my camp, and not actually breaking things down and learning as well, because the game evolves so much all the
Yeah.
time and everything, and I was a couple of years behind and I was just stuck in just getting fit for the fight and getting ready to fight, and not actually learning the actual craft, if you know what I mean.
I just think it's such an intense sport, and training camps are so they just really grind you down. And I feel like when you've been doing it for years and years and years and years, you get to a point where you do kind of lose the love and the passion to go in and learn new
You know,
things.
I don't think I lost the love and the passion. It was just being complacent, kind of thing, and just getting ready for the fight, and that, and not actually doing the fine tuning and the learning and stuff. You know.
I'm excited to see when you do come back, now that you feel like you've addressed those things and kind of addressed the issues.
Well, I'm working on it. I wouldn't say I've done it, and that, do you get me? Because
Yeah.
we're still working on it and stuff. And I've got so many that the comeback is harder, and that because I've got so many things going on in my life. I'm so busy and everything. I've got to find time to train and stuff and everything now and that. But we're doing it. And man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it a lot.
When might that be?
2021.
You're not giving me any more than that.
I don't know. I don't know myself. You know, I haven't got any plans or any opponents in mind or anything. You get me? I said the other day I've got unfinished business with a few people. I felt I should have beat Santos. That was a great fight and everything.
That was a great fight.
And he brought it to the table and everything. I respect him for a lot for that. We had a great fight and the fans and everyone loved it and that. And I definitely think I should have beaten Rakic and everything, but it's more a mental thing for me as well towards the end as well, you know. And I think seeing a sports psychologist or performance coach or something like that would. I haven't seen any of them people like in my career.
Wow.
And because I've always thought to myself, like, you're a natural fighter. Look what you've done. Look how late you came into the sport and everything. You're a natural fighter. You don't need to see any of them people. I haven't even got round to seeing any of those kinds of people and everything. But when you get to the top of the sport and the best in the world, and you're competing with these guys, I think it's a game of inches. I keep saying, and the little tiny things are the things what help, and I learned the hard way, you know. So it's little things like that what I need to do, you know, mental coach and people like that, you know.
Frankie's asked a question.
Because even like my last like couple of fights, even few fights and everything, I haven't been there myself, sort of thing. If you know what I mean, I just haven't. I've been in the physical, but not mentally, you know.
Yeah. Well, I definitely agree with you that you're a natural fighter, but like you say, it is a game of inches at the top, and if everybody's putting 100% in, like that's the only true leveler, isn't it? So
yeah, definitely.
You want to go out there knowing that you left everything.
Yeah, and where I see it in the top 10 or whatever in the light heavyweight division, anyone can beat anyone there, you know, and it's just the little things what matter, a bit of luck and whatever, you know. But I think everyone can beat anyone.
Definitely. Frankie asked a question that I had on my list to ask you. What do you think of Rumble Johnson signing with Bellator?
Mate,
and if you return, would it be with the UFC or another promotion?
Man, I think it's a great move by Rumble. And I think he can definitely capture that title. He's got a belt at light heavyweight. Is it
Bader?
Yeah.
Oh no, Bader just lost, I think, to
Did he? Oh yeah, to that Russian.
Yeah. Nemkov.
So who's got the heavyweight belt as well? Wasn't it Bader as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not sure how that works, but Rumble didn't he beat Bader in UFC as well? So I think that's a great move for him. He can definitely be champion there and everything. I'm a big fan. We talk all the time on Instagram, and he's a great guy and everything. And I think it's a great move by him because I think Bellator's paying him good money as well.
Yeah.
And
do you think he'll come back at heavyweight or light heavyweight?
He can do both. He's one of them. He's one of them what can do both as well. He's a big.
It's scary the way that he can put on and lose weight in such a short time. Mate, it's unreal.
When I fought him, I had a shit weight cut, by the way. When I fought him, and like at the weigh-ins, I was like half bigger than him, sort of thing. Again, not that it matters or anything, but it gives you a little bit of things. And yeah, when I stepped into the fucking cage the next day, I was like, oh my god, he's a fucking monster. And we had a fight, and you know, it's I think it's an art how you put on weight and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The reins and that.
I know Dan Hardy said when he fought him at welterweight that they looked kind of similar on weigh-in day, and then he saw him the next day and he was 45 pounds heavier next day.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. And you know what? After that Rumble fight, actually, that's when I started to think to myself that I need more size. I need more because I was always walking around about 99, 100 kilos. And after fighting Rumble, seeing that he came in to the fight like 100, 101, 102 kilos, and I was only 96. And the next day I was like, fucking hell, you need to put on some size. And
does it not scare you putting on size straight after you've had a bad cut?
No, the cut wasn't that bad, but it was the rehydration that and eating after the cut what affected me. I only put on like 3 kilos after that cut there, so I went into the fight like 96 kilos, and I looked on the thing, it was like 102. I was like, fuck. And but it works and it doesn't work. It goes both ways, you know. It can slow you down, but if you're a wrestler or fucking jiu-jitsu guy and you're on top on everything, then it can aid you, you know.
Definitely. Peter said, I think Rumble could beat the current UFC champion at light heavy. Do you agree with that?
I think so too. I think so. I think Rumble.
Do you think you could still?
100%,
Yeah,
100%. I feel so, but saying it and doing it is two different things, you know. But
yeah,
it's just a fighter in me, and if I beat him once again, he beat me the second time. We've gone to fucking decision twice, and that, and
yeah.
you
We've
know,
seen that fight a few times.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's like the first fight, I went to his city and beat him. The second fight, he came to my city and beat me, both on
Yeah,
decision as well. The only two decisions are on my record, and that's but do you know what? It's great to see that I I could have bet how many fucking thousands of pounds that he wouldn't be UFC champion one day, and look now. You know,
yeah.
and he stuck at it. He grinded it out and everything. Lost his wins, and everything. And he came back and did it, man. So I respect him for that and everything.
I think he's a real inspiration in the sport. And what I love about MMA is that, you know, people in the UFC can't pad their records. You get who you get.
Hundred
And you can
percent,
have losses and it doesn't matter. As long as you string a few wins together, you can still go on and be champion. And that's what
hundred
he
percent,
proves.
100%, 100%. And the best fight the best in the UFC. You know, there's no running from anyone. So if you're like Khabib or one of these undefeated champions or whatever, like fucking big respect to you guys, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a fucking hard game.
I
Hard
saw
game
you
to stay
commenting on the,
undefeated.
yeah. Yeah, I saw you commenting on the boxing the other night, because that is something where people uh, sometimes do get their records padded, and the best
Terrible.
don't always end up fighting the best.
Terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Like, look at his Fury and Joshua fight and everything. Not happening and for years, and like they keep fighting bums, and this person is fucking it's terrible. It's terrible. I would still watch it and that, but you know the best isn't fighting the best. Look at Crawford and Spence and Garcia and all these guys. No one's fighting each other, and then everyone's like, oh, they should fight, they should for years, and then they just end up fighting someone else. It's terrible.
Yeah, it doesn't seem in the best place. So boxing's not doesn't take your interest, because there's a lot of MMA fighters
100%.
who,
100%. It always has. Always. I'll do.
in terms of a
I'll do it.
comeback though, would you like to be boxing?
I've been doing a lot of boxing lately. This year, I've been doing a lot of boxing. And I think with the gyms closing and stuff like that, I've just been focusing on boxing and stuff. And you know, do you know what? With me, if I was to fight a boxer, it'd have to be the right name. Not to say someone I can beat, but it would have to be a big name to make sense and that, because I'm not going to be doing it for chump change. It's got to be like pay-per-view or something, to get me. So you know, they have to, and there's not many small heavyweights with a big name. That's why the David Haye fight would have been ideal and everything. I just smashed his head in front of everyone, and fucking that would have been
So
it.
is that off the table, that fight?
That's off the table. I saw him at Bellator, like was it last year or the year before? And I said, "What would you say?" Like, but he retired. He said, "No, man, I'm retired and everything." So you had to respect that. He's done a lot of great things in boxing and that. But at the time when I called him out, he had just, I think, lost or something to Tony Bellew. So he was working on that. So we was in talks for having a fight. We all went with Dana. I went to see Dana in Vegas and everything. We done a 3-way call with me, him, and David Haye and everything. So that was all set to go. He just said, "Oh, he's just gonna have his second fight with Bellew and that." So I was hoping he'd win, but he lost again. And fucking, that was it. He retired after that, and then that was that fight out the window.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
shame.
So that would have been a great fight. Would have sold out the O2 or whatever. Two South London boys, fucking, one from boxing, one from UFC and everything. Two knockout specialists and everything going at it. That'd have been a great fight, and that, but it didn't
Yeah.
happen. So
Maybe he'll come out of retirement. What do
hello.
you think? Do you think he might come out of retirement?
Possibly. I'll be waiting for him. I'll be waiting for him if he came out. Definitely. David Haye, I'm waiting for you.
I'd love to see it. I'd really love to see it.
So would I, man. I'd love to fight him.
And if it's an MMA comeback, do you think you would be back in the UFC, or would you contemplate a move to Bellator?
It just would have to make sense. I'd always said I wouldn't fight for anyone but UFC, and I'd love to, and that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I just have to get ready and be ready myself for the comeback and everything. I'm working on it, so it's gonna. I think another couple of months and everything of hard training. I'll get Christmas out of the way and everything, and February, March, I'll be announcing and saying I'm ready probably.
Awesome. Just in time for fans to come back, hopefully.
Yeah. I'm hearing whispers of a UFC London as well. Imagine that.
No, that would be epic.
Yeah.
So just some fan questions coming in now. Peter wants to know, you think John Jones can dominate the heavyweight division?
Yes. I think Jones can beat Stipe. There's a big question mark over Jones versus Ngannou though. Everything, and Ngannou's a different fucking beast, man. If he hits you, you're going to sleep, and that. And he was the reason why I didn't go to heavyweight, and that.
Was he?
Yeah, just thinking of competing against someone like Ngannou. I met him. Where did I meet? I think I met him. I fought in Wembley one time. One UFC Wembley, and mate, just the size of his legs was about 3 of mine. And everything, and I shook his hand. We was talking for a bit, and everything. I was like, "Mate, fuck going to heavyweight," and that. But other than Ngannou, I think he can dominate the heavyweight division.
I think Stipe did show the blueprint to beating Ngannou with using the wrestling.
That was back then. I thought Ngannou fought the wrong fight. He tried to take him out early and got tired, and then he got taken down. Didn't know how to get up, and then it was a wrap from there. And Stipe just kept taking him down and stuff. So I think with a bit of takedown defense and everything, he'll be unstoppable. And he hits like a fucking truck, and yeah.
So do you think that would be a different fight if it happened again, Stipe and Ngannou?
Yeah, because Stipe's not a wrestler, and so he's more of like a boxer kind of fighter, and I don't think he would risk it with Ngannou. But I think this time Ngannou will be able to stuff his takedowns and everything. So I think Ngannou, it's a hard one. That one, it's hard, but I think it goes more in favor to Ngannou this time round.
I'd love to see a mixture of any of those opponents.
Yeah, imagine.
Peter, is there any other fights you're looking forward to on Cage Warriors this week?
Tell you the truth, I don't know a lot of fighters fighting. I saw the middleweight champion here yesterday.
Matthias Frederick.
Is he fighting this weekend?
Yeah, he's fighting on Friday. He's fighting one of my teammates, Jamie Richardson.
Is it? Yeah. So we
said all right.
We said all right to each other, and if I'll be looking at his fight, and we're watching his fight. That's about it. And I'm not sure of any other people in the card. I've seen a few fighters around the hotel and stuff like that. So see Brad Pickett yesterday as well, training on his fighters. And,
he's got a couple of guys on the card tonight, I think. Yeah.
So I look forward to it, man. Look forward to watching all the fights on the UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, especially when you're quarantining tonight.
Exactly.
Peter wants to know if you could change one rule in MMA, what would you change?
Do you know what I'd change? I'd change the judging. I'd go with like the live judging thing where you know what the judges scored the rounds after each round and that.
Would you keep 3 judges?
Yeah, yeah. But I'd make the judges like ex fighters or people who know about the sport and know how to judge the sport and everything. There's been some crazy decisions. Not that I like decisions or nothing, but
Yeah.
there's been some crazy decisions lately.
Whenever I went to ACA, they had 5 judges, and it seemed like the result was the right one more often than not.
Okay. Maybe they'll get shot after they've done the wrong judging. They're in Russia or whatever.
That's true. So when do you get your COVID results back, Jimmy? When can you leave the room?
We're allowed to leave the room. We're not allowed to enter the bubble unless we get a negative COVID test and that. And they do that as soon as on your arrival, and they judge you. They test you. They test you, and you get your results in about 15 minutes. And so once you're negative, then they let you into the bubble. But you're not allowed. Once you're in the bubble, you're not allowed to
leave.
Like the hotel and that.
So that must be pretty weird to just be in this hotel for like most of the week.
Yeah. But you know, it's all right. It's all right. It's not that bad. Get to do interviews and shit like that.
Well, it's lucky for me, yeah. Lucky for me that's happening. And are the tests as bad as they say?
No, not really. Not really. I'm quite queasy with stuff like I've got videos of me fucking taking injections and screaming and so shit with needles and that. But the COVID test wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jimmy. Wishing Will the best of skill for Saturday. I know he's going to impress. He's someone that I've been impressed by for a long time, and like I say, I think he's going all the way to the top. So I'm really glad that he gets this platform to show himself.
Brilliant. Look forward to it. Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much, Jimmy. Take care.
All right, brilliant. Cheers.